We have been told by a source that is connected to the case that it is not Celeste, and therefore it doesn't do what we hoped it would.
A little bit confused that if the body is decomposed and they can't see physically what it is that caused her, I'm not sure a toxicology.
Am I supposed to scroll through my feed and just act like nothing's happening when every single update about this David case makes him look even shadier? The death certificate just dropped, and instead of giving us answers, it only made the whole thing more confusing. The medical examiner stamped it with pending cause of death, deferred, which basically means weeks later, nobody knows if Celeste's passing is being ruled natural, accidental, suicide, or something darker hiding in plain sight. And let's be real, tell me no one else thinks that's suspicious? Because the internet sure isn't buying it. Clips, screenshots, and receipts are blowing up everywhere. From the mysterious Tesla ticket timeline to viral videos of David looking extremely uncomfortable when a girl who looks just like Celeste pops up near him. The theories are running wild, and honestly, some of them sound insane, but the way this investigation is dragging makes it all feel even messier. Like, is it just me? Or do cases like this show how painfully slow the system is? Compared to the internet, fans already dug up Discord chats, old deleted Reddit posts, and even pulled stream clips that the cops probably haven't even looked at yet. Everyone wants answers now, but if you actually pay attention to what investigators are saying, it starts to make sense why David is still walking around free. So yeah, the death certificate for Celeste Riva Hernandez finally came out, and the only thing it confirmed was nothing. The exact wording? 'Cause deferred. Shocking, right? That means the autopsy is already done, but the medical examiner is stalling on the final word until toxicology and tissue testing come back. And if you know how these cases usually go, deferred doesn't mean they're dragging their feet. It means something about the body was complicated and not so clear-cut. Even LAPD Captain Scott Williams admitted flat out that without toxicology results, they couldn't label the death one way or another, and that's the trap right there. Until investigators prove whether Celeste died from trauma, poisoning, drugs, or anything unnatural, nobody can be blamed, which is exactly why David is still out here walking free. But seriously, why does every new piece of paperwork in this case leave us with more questions instead of answers? The certificate did at least shut down one rumor. Celeste wasn't pregnant and hadn't been in the past year. People online were convinced a pregnancy could have been the motive behind everything, but this crossed that theory off the board completely. Here's the detail that really hits hard, though. Celeste was still so young when this all went down, and to picture her body just sitting there inside that car for weeks while David kept performing on stage and touring like nothing happened. That's chilling. Do you remember how she was found? Inside David's Tesla. And get this, the car was left parked for days before anyone even realized what was inside. Creepy doesn't even cover it. So check this. On August 27th, a parking officer marked the tires on David's Tesla out in Hollywood Hills, basically tracking how long that car was just sitting there untouched. Fast forward to September 3rd, and the officer slapped a ticket on it for breaking the 72-hour parking rule. Then by September 5th, the Tesla finally got hauled off to the Hollywood impound lot. Now here's the chilling part. When Celeste was finally discovered on September 8th, that car was covered in layers of dust. Investigators even said it looked like it hadn't been touched since late August, which makes it very likely her body was inside the whole time. Private investigator Steve Fisher even dropped receipts on X, showing close-up photos of the grime caked on the windshield. His take? That Tesla wasn't moved or cracked open for days, and that makes the timeline look way more suspicious. But here's where the whole thing gets messy. Yeah, the Tesla was registered under David's name, but reports claim multiple people had access to it. So now the big question is, did David personally leave that car parked like that, or did someone else use it to dump her body? And people online are not letting that go. Everyone's asking, why hasn't David been arrested yet? I mean, his Tesla literally had Celeste's body inside. It already sounds incriminating, right? But here's the cold reality. Prosecutors don't want some flashy arrest just to grab headlines. They're holding back, waiting for something airtight before they make their move. They're not looking for a headline, they're looking for a case that can actually survive trial. That means locking down every single piece of evidence before making a move. We're talking DNA swabs from the Tesla, fingerprints on every surface, phone backups, location pings, Discord logs, TikTok backend data, rideshare receipts, bank trails, even witness statements that can pin David and Celeste together at specific times. And let's be real, that kind of evidence doesn't land in a day or two. If they rush and charge him without airtight proof, a slick defense lawyer will tear the whole thing apart in court, and then David walks free forever. That's why LAPD is stacking evidence quietly, making sure that when they finally do strike, it sticks hard and there's no slipping away. But here's another layer making this even darker. Those second crime angles. It's one thing for the internet to say he groomed her based on whispers, but in court, screenshots need to be authenticated. Clips must be proven original, not edits or deep fakes, and every single piece has to link back to him directly. If there were helpers, people moving cars, wiping down spaces, deleting files, those people have to be dragged in too. So silence doesn't mean nothing's happening. Quiet doesn't mean clean. Quiet means they're building a case behind the scenes, and when it finally hits, it's going to be a lot harder for him to wriggle out of it. And now, brand new photos are surfacing that make this whole thing impossible to ignore. One of the most disturbing photos making rounds right now is of David in a wig that looks way too close to the one Celeste Rivas was known for rocking. If you've seen the side-by-sides, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's flat out unsettling. It almost feels like he was mirroring her image, like trying to step into her look in some twisted way. And that's not even the part that had people gasping. What really set fans off was a clip from one of his meet and greets. At first, everything looked normal. He's smiling, shaking hands, doing the usual routine. But then someone walks up who looks strikingly like Celeste. The very second his eyes lock on her, his whole vibe shifts. His shoulders tense up, his smile drops, and his energy flips instantly. And come on, you can't tell me that wasn't suspicious? Fans flooded the comments saying things like, his face really said, wait, I thought, and bro was caught off guard for real. That reaction alone had people convinced he was hiding something. But that's not all. Concert photos have surfaced that blew this timeline wide open. Footage from David's show in Silver Spring, Maryland on August 23rd or 24th shows a girl standing in the balcony who looked exactly like Celeste. Same frame, same hair, and here's the real kicker. She's wearing a black tube top, the exact outfit police later confirmed she had on when her body was discovered in his Tesla. If that really was her, then this was the final time she was ever seen alive. And the timing makes it even more chilling. That concert happened just 12 days before David's Tesla got towed on September 5th, and only 3 days before cops finally discovered Celeste's body on September 8th. But here's where it gets tricky. A source close to the case told TMZ that the girl seen in that concert footage isn't Celeste at all.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we allegedly did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
So officially, it's not confirmed. But unofficially, fans are still dissecting every single frame, zooming in and debating if it was really her. Because if Celeste was at that show, then the whole timeline shifts again and the window of what happened gets way tighter. And that's exactly why theories are exploding online right now. If the timeline's fuzzy, then the whole narrative is shaky too. A lot of people don't believe David acted alone. One theory that keeps resurfacing is that someone else was involved. that Celeste may have been taken by another person and her body was dumped in David's Tesla, either to frame him or to cover his tracks. It gets darker. Celeste's old teacher even said in a video that after she vanished the second time, kids at the school were whispering about blackmail. If that's even half true, then we could be looking at more players in this story than just David. And then comes the part that sent chills down everyone's spine. Celeste's mom revealed that when her daughter first went missing back in 2024, she actually got a mysterious phone call. The voice on the other end of the phone told Celeste's mom not to look for her daughter, that she was fine, and then hung up. After that, total silence. No more calls, no way to trace who made it. And you can't tell me that isn't suspicious. This is why so many people believe there's way more going on here than just some runaway story. Because if someone was bold enough to call the family and warn them off, that screams planning, cover-ups, and maybe even multiple people moving behind the scenes. And let's be real, the silence from investigators doesn't feel like stalling anymore. It feels like they're already suspecting accomplices but can't go public yet. Let's not act brand new. The Tesla didn't drive itself around the Hollywood Hills. If David was really out on tour, then somebody else had to be moving that car, which means this case might have way more hands in it than anyone imagined. And it gets even messier. Back in April 2024, Celeste's own brother said she left the house to go see a movie with her boyfriend. Name given, David. I don't even have to spell it out for you. You can connect the dots yourself. Fast forward a few months and David is out here reposting TikToks about chopping meat, adding these creepy, jealous captions while people are already questioning his link to a missing girl. And the final nail, he's posting those clips at the exact moment the internet is pointing fingers at him. You can't tell me that's just coincidence. Updates are coming in daily. And if this trail really leads back to accomplices, then the silence we're seeing right now might explode louder than anyone expects. If you want the latest updates as they break, hit that subscribe button to NoFilter, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single drop, and like, share, and comment below. We drop daily celebrity gossip videos every single day. See you in the next one, right here at NoFilter.